Hello, everyone out there. Welcome to Solve It Out. This is Annie here, and today I was solving the Pascal's triangle in JavaScript. So, thought to make a video out of it and share it with you guys. So, here you can see this is the Pascal's triangle, a question here, the DSA question that is given an integer num rows, return the first num rows of Pascal triangle. So the Pascal triangle is basically that each number is the sum of the two numbers directly above as it's shown here. You can see the GIF working here, and also you can see the example here. That is, first the input will be of like 5 as the num rows, and output will be given in a 2D array consisting the summation of the Pascal's triangle. So today I'm going to solve it in JavaScript, and also for that I'll start with a little explanations and then I'll continue with my code. So I'm going to solve the Pascal triangle using the binomial coefficient method. As it is the summation of the two numbers, it can be easily solved with the combinations method in mathematics. The binomial coefficient, also known as the n-choose k, is the number of ways to choose k elements from a set of n distinct elements without regard to the order of the selection. The binomial coefficients are really closely related to the Pascal triangle, and we'll see how we can calculate it. You can see here the Pascal triangle is on the right side, that is 1. Then in the next row there is 2 ones. In the third row there is 1 2 1, and in the fourth row there is 1 3 3 1. On the left side you can see if we compute the combination of these numbers, that is 0 C0, it will give us the result 1. 1 C0, 1 C1 will both give us 1. Accordingly, the combinations formula, when we are following it, a special formula is the binomial coefficient. So using this, we are going to solve our Pascal's triangle in JavaScript. Now here, I'm going to start writing the code. So first I'm going to take a array because we are going to return here a 2D array. So here I'm going to take an array named result, initializing with empty array. Then I'll take a for loop here, okay, where I'll initiate a variable named line equal to 1, and then line will be less than equal to the num rows. That is the number of rows that will be taking in the main function, and then line plus plus. As we take the for loop, now I'm going to create an array for each row. You can see this is the 2D array, like for each row there will be an array. So here I'm going to name it const row is equal to new array. Our array is created. Next I'm going to take a variable for the combination. So I take here c is equal to 1. Now next I'll take another for loop, and we'll take a variable of I, and I will run up till to the line, and then plus plus. I'll start from the 1, and as the line increases it will loop up to the line. That is why less than equal to line. Now here I'm going to set my 0th value as the 1. I'll give here C. You can check here that the 0th value of the Pascal triangle is always 1. That is the first index, you can say. A first index of the array, the value is always 1. So I'm taking I minus 1 as I is starting from 1. I minus 1 will be the 0th value or the 0th index of the array. So that will always be 1. So I'm giving the value as C. Next, I will be updating the C here with C into line minus I divide by I. This is the binomial coefficient part where we are multiplying it with C and line minus I divide by I. Okay. Now I'll do a dry run which will help you to understand how this part is actually working. After that, we are going to push it to our result array so that it becomes the 2D array. And finally, we are going to return the result. Now, let's dry run our code. I can take my num rows as equal to 4. Okay. Next, so for line number 7, you can say our line value will be starting from 1, and then line is less than equal to 4, and line will be plus plus. Now a row will be created, a new array, that is an empty array will be created here, and then I have taken c is equal to 1. Now for the next for loop, it is that I will be starting from 1 and will be running up to line. Okay. Now for this one, the line is equal to 1. It will just run for one time. Now here next, the row, I have set the row as I minus 1. I is 1 now, will be 1 minus 0, sorry, 1 minus 1. That will be the 0th index. So for row value 0, it will be setting to C, that is 1. Okay. Row value 0 is 1. Now the C value will get updated here. C value here will become C into, that is 1 into line minus I by I. So line here is 1 minus 1 by 1. Ultimately, the answer becomes 0. So here the loop ends and you push the result, that is this result, row result, in the array. So finally in the array, you push 1. Okay. Our first loop is done. Next, the line is equal to 2, line is less than equal to 4, and line plus plus. We initialize our row with an empty array, and then we loop from I is equal to 1, I less than equal to line, that is 2 this time, and I plus plus. First, it will print the row 0th value, that is the 0th index of the row value. So it will be I minus 1, this one is equal to C, which is 1 for the 0th index. Then the C value will be updated to 0 as it is shown, means following this formula. Okay. Next, the I will increase to 2, and it will reach its end here, and it will perform like if the row first index value, and that will be 1, and C will be updated again equal to 0, and in further we'll push this array to our result array. So our first element was 1, and the next array or the next element is 1 comma 1 as shown in the output or as required there. Next, it will be line equal to 3. We will be initiating the empty row, and then we loop from I is equal to 1, I less than equal to 3, I plus plus. First, the row 0th index value, that will be 1, as C is equal to 1 at the first, that C is equal to 1. Then the C value will get updated, that is C into line minus I by I. Okay. So here line is 3, and therefore the calculation becomes 2. The C value current is 2. Next, the I gets updated to 2, and of course it checks the condition 2 is less than equal to 3, that is equal to line, and the row value will now show the first index value. So that will be equal to 2, because that is our current C value or the combination value. So that why it's 2, and then we'll update our C value and it will again become 1. On I is equal to 3, the row will show the second index value, that is the current C value, that is 1, and the C value will again get updated to 0. Finally, we'll push our third row in the result array. So I guess the fourth step, you can understand it easily. Now let us run this code and check it whether it is working as we have dry run or not. As I click here, run, see it's running the result up, and the result is accepted for both the cases. Like this is the output, the expected output, which matches perfectly for case 1 and case 2. And if I submit now, you can see that this is accepted and it has a 42 millisecond runtime. Well, if you check the the time complexity and the space complexity, it is both n square, that is O(n) square, because we are using two loops within, and also it creating an array, 2D array, so it's taking O(n) square space and O(n) square time. Hope this help you guys, because there is quite a few um, JavaScript DSA videos that I find out in YouTube. So hope this is helpful to you all. Till then, see you in some other projects. This is Annie signing off today.